The pedestrian walkways are filled with pair after pair of cold, sideways-looking eyes. This line is pretty poetic in my humble opinion. You can just see the strangers walking by and staring at the narrator with cold suspicion. Kind of like that scene in Inception. Kind of creepy, very moody. Perfect for the song. 大家好，欢迎收听唱歌学中文。Hi everybody, welcome to Sing and Learn Chinese. This is part 2 of 飘向北方 by 黄明志 featuring Wang Lihong, aka Stranger in the North by Name We featuring Lihong Wang. Last time we went over the lyrics for the melodic section sung by Wang Lihong, and this time we are going to dig into the rap sections performed by Huang Mingzhi himself. So let's do this. The song starts with Wang Lihong singing the main melody once, and then the first rap section is 有人说他在老家欠了一堆钱，需要避避风头. Some people say his family owned a bunch of money and needed to hide. You know, from debt collectors and the like. 有人说他练就了一身武艺，却没机会展露. Some say that he had learned martial arts, but never had the opportunity to display his skills. 有人失去了自我，手足无措，四处漂流. Some people lose themselves, helplessly floating around. 有人为了梦想，为了三餐，为养家糊口. Some people for the sake of dreams or 3 meals or to raise their families. That wasn't very grammatical. It basically means some people migrate north in order to chase their dreams, earn their meals, or raise their families. 他住在燕郊区. He lives in the Sparrow suburbs. Yan is sparrow and Jiao means suburb. 残破的求职公寓. 残破 means broken down, 求职 means job seeking, and 公寓 means apartment. So a broken down apartment for job seekers. 拥挤的大楼里, the crowded apartment, 堆满陌生人, 都来自外地, are full of strangers coming from outside. 外地 literally means outside land. Like the Chinese word for foreigner is 外国人 or outside country people. So, there you go, 外地. 他埋头写着履历. He buries his head and works on his resume. In other words, he's lowering his head to work on his resume. 怀抱着多少憧憬, holding on to so much longing. 往返在930号公路, walking back and forth on 930th Road. 内心盼着奇迹, hoping for a miracle in his heart. Now here's the first melody rap duet section. I've left the melody lyrics in so you can see how they correlate, but if you want to know what these lyrics mean, make sure you check out part 1. So the rap part. 不听也不想, 不敢回头望着遗憾. Don't listen and don't think. Don't dare to turn around and look at regrets. 扛下了梦想, 要毅然决然去流浪. He put down his dreams and has to resolutely wander on. 卸下了自尊光环过去多风光. He removes his self-respect and also his halo. The past was so glorious. 就算再不堪败仗也不能投降. No matter how unbearable things are, even if he fails, he cannot surrender. 再见了南方, 眺望最美丽的家乡. Goodbye to the south, gazing at the most beautiful hometown. 椰子树摇晃，梦境倒映着的幻想. Coconut trees sway, an illusion reflected by dreams. 雾霾太猖狂，不散都看不清前方. The fog is too furious, it won't disperse. He can't see ahead of him. So, by the way, I'm putting in he, but this could very well be I or any other person because in Chinese, they don't really put pronouns in sometimes. You just have to understand based on context. In this case, it could be he, it could be I. You pick. Alright, then the melody section comes back and we have part 2 of the rap. 空气太脏太浑浊, 他说不喜欢. The air is too dirty, too turbid. He says he doesn't like it. 车太混乱太匆忙, 他还不习惯. The cars, aka the traffic, is too chaotic, too hurried, and he is not yet used to it. 人行道一双又一双, 斜视冷漠的眼光. The pedestrian walkways are filled with pair after pair of cold, sideways-looking eyes. This line is pretty poetic in my humble opinion. You can just see the strangers walking by and staring at the narrator with cold suspicion. Kind of like that scene in Inception. kind of creepy, very moody. Perfect for the song. Anyway, moving on. 他经常将自己灌醉，强迫融入这大染缸。He often drinks himself into a stupor, trying to force himself to acclimate to this melting pot. Well, technically a 染缸 is a dying tank, but you get the drift. 走着脚步蹒跚，二锅头在摇晃。His steps are stumbling. The 二锅头 is swaying. So 二锅头 is a type of high-proof Chinese liquor, much more potent than the average beer. 失意的人啊，偶尔醉倒在那胡同陋巷。Dejected people occasionally fall down drunk in these back alleys. 咀嚼爆肚涮羊 Chewing on 爆肚涮羊 which is a type of dish made out of lamb stomach. 手中盛着一碗热汤 He holds a warm bowl of soup in his hands. 用力地温暖着内心里的不安 With great effort trying to warm the unease inside his heart.And then the melody rap duet repeats here, and since I've already gone through the lyrics before, I won't repeat it again, so 不听也不想，不敢回头望着遗憾 blah blah blah. And then the melody reappears here, plus the bridge section, and then the melody again. And now, the final rap section, with a melody in the background. 我站在天子脚下，被踩得喘不过气 I stand at the foot of the emperor, being trampled on until I cannot breathe.走在前门大街，跟人潮总会分歧。Walking in front of 前门 Street, 前门 means front gate. With the crowds, always end up quarreling. In other words, I always end up quarreling with the crowds in front of 前门 Street. Or somebody ends up quarreling. Doesn't necessarily have to be me. Again, pronoun thing. 或许我根本不属于这里. Perhaps I don't even belong to this place. 早就该离去. Should have left long ago. 谁能给我致命的一击？Who can give me a death blow? 请用力到彻底 Please use force and be thorough. 这里是梦想的中心 This is the center of dreams. 但梦想都遥不可及 But dreams are all out of reach. 这里是圆梦的圣地 This place is the holy land of fulfilling dreams. 但却总是扑朔迷离 Yet it's so bewildering. 多少人敌不过残酷的现实 How many people cannot overcome cruel reality?从此销声匿迹 and disappear from this point on. 多少人陷入了昏迷 How many people sink into a coma? 剩下一具空壳尸体 Leaving behind an empty husk of a corpse. Rest in peace. Well, that was a cheery rap, don't you think? No? Well, at least you learned a lot of new vocabulary going through the song, so that should put a smile on your face. And if you want cheerier songs, check out the playlists on your screen, and don't forget to grab your free pronunciation chart in the description box below. And I will see you in the next video. Until we sing again, 再见.